Hi everybody, welcome to the Limit Breakdown, where we review TV shows, movies, and everything in entertainment. Today we're going to do episode 1 of Ms. Marvel on Disney+. So stick around after the intro for our spoiler-filled review.
Hi everybody, welcome back to the Limit Breakdown, and this is going to be our spoiler-filled review of episode 1 of Ms. Marvel on Disney+. So let's start it off. Sid, what did you think about this one?
So before we start, I want to say I've actually read Ms. Marvel the comic. I've even played the debatable video game, the Avengers video game that has Ms. Marvel as the main character. I'm a huge fan of her for multiple reasons. The actual character itself. One, I'm Indian. She's Pakistani, so I'm definitely very happy that they're representing our culture, or at least that side of the world. Number two, I enjoy the issues that happen with her in the comics itself, not just a superhero, good guy, bad guy stuff. So I'm a huge fan of Ms. Marvel. I think this show takes a different spin on obviously the origins and things like that. But overall, episode 1 still got me pretty hooked. While watching the show, I saw a lot of what I grew up with as with my parents. They speak Urdu in there, which is the base language for Hindi, which is what I speak, one of the base languages. And I could definitely understand a lot of things they were saying. And it was just so nostalgic. I was like, this happened in my house. I enjoyed the episode. I enjoyed the episode 1. I thought it was really good as far as, how they played out in the plot of it. But obviously it is a little bit different than the origins. So I want to see how they do the rest of the season and how it will compare.
The things that I found interesting with this show, as you mentioned, they are doing a little bit different take on her origin, because originally Kamala Khan is an Inhuman.
Correct.
And she gets her powers from the Terrigen Mist.
Yep.
And that's not the approach that they're taking.
Yeah, so for anyone that doesn't know, the Terrigen Mist, Inhumans are a different type of species, technically, who have power. So things like people like Black Bolt, things like that. And at a certain point in the comics, there's a giant mist that goes through, I think, all the world or something like that. And anybody that has those ability or has that
it's like
DNA in them,
DNA,
it activates and they get their powers. In this one, it's a little bit different.
So part of the original Captain Marvel storyline, and not Carol Danvers, but the original Captain Marvel.
Yeah. Captain Marvel.
Yeah. He, if I recall correctly, he had some type of Kree band that was the source of his powers. And so they took that element, and it looks like that's what they're implemented to kind of be the catalyst. Now, I still think, I'm not sure if this is the way that they're going to go with it. If it's going to be something about her family lineage, might have some connection to the Kree, or might have something along those lines that where that bangle, because the thing with Kamala is that it's not that the bangle is giving her the power, it's that the bangle is unlocking whatever it is that's
inside her. Interesting. Okay.
To give her that power.
Okay.
So like anybody else could put on the bangle, that doesn't mean that they're gonna get her powers. It's specifically her.
It's interesting that you say that, because now that I think about it, during the episode, her mom was very against her taking that stuff. She's like, oh, this is Nani stuff, which means grandmother. Nani stuff, put it in the attic. Yeah. And when she was playing with it, her mom instinctively was like, no, put that down, put it in the attic. Yeah. Right? And then so now that you mentioned that, I was like, I wonder if it is a lineage thing. Maybe her mom knows something, or maybe her grandmother knows something, and they have some sort of connection, or they have powers. Yeah. That's a good point that I didn't think about.
Yeah. So I liked she's building her cosplay for Avengers Con, right? And they were saying that they got such a good reception that apparently Marvel and Kevin Feige are considering doing an Avenger Con in real life. Yeah,
that'd be awesome.
So we'll hopefully we'll see art imitate life. Or life imitate art.
yeah, that'd be awesome.
But yeah, no, I thought that was pretty cool. I loved the actress that they got.
Our first name is Iman. I don't know her last name. I can't remember.
But I really enjoyed her. She had such a playful naivete to her that like it just.
It's not just like an annoying teenage angst. She has that. But it's not like she has the element of the teenage angst, but it's not her full portrayal of it.
Well, and I loved how she is doing that typical thing of like, oh, she's lost in her own little world and the whole thing. But it was like I don't know. To me, it was a little bit more grounded. Like, yeah, she's dreaming about all of these things, but it's all based off of she genuinely just wants to have a purpose.
Yeah.
And so that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
The counselor just made me.
Oh my god! I was like, he straight up reminded me of like a Gen Z or whatever. He's like, "Yo, are you hip with this?" And I'm like, "Get out!" I swear to God, if you start TikTok dancing right now, it was a little too much. But yeah, it was pretty funny.
I love the little thing. She's like, "So do I have to like decide the rest of my life like right now?"
He's like, "Do I have to do it by lunch or whatever?" I was like, "That was hilarious." And what's funny is my parents had very similar conversation with me every time while I was growing up. A fun story while I was growing up. This is my dad's one of his famous quotes when I was younger. Regardless of what age I was at, not young. I mean, I think in maybe middle school, high school, every year, and he'd be like, "This is no time to joke around. This is the time to get to sit down, and study and be serious." And the next year, same thing. Next year, I got to college. This is no time to joke around. This is serious. You have to sit down and get serious now. I got my first job, and he's like, "This is no time to sit around." I was like, "I have a job." He's like, "Well, you have to study and go higher." And I'm like, "I just started, bro. Like, I'm still in orientation right now." Oh man, so I totally understand her perspective on that. Kamala Khan. I was about to say Harris, or vice president.
You see, man, that's one of the cultural differences thing, man, because like. I was like, "Hey, man, you made it to 21. You didn't get anybody pregnant. That's awesome."
My parents wouldn't even know what to do.
And then, of course, at 24, my grandma's like, "So why don't you have any kids?" I'm like, "What?"
I'm still waiting for my parents to have the birds and the bees talk, because I don't think they're like... Oh my God. They're like, I don't think he understands.
Did you hear the story about the Indian family that's suing their son for not giving them a grandchild? Yeah.
I'm so glad I'm in the clear right now.
No, but going back on topic.
Kamala Khan, I understand your pain.
Yeah, no, right?
But yeah, so there's I think how they're portraying her is really good. I really actually like her best friend Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno. The only good thing about that movie. Anyways, okay. But
agree to disagree.
I found it funny that he created an Alexa or a Google. He's like, what was it, Zozo, ZZ?
Yeah, ZZ, yeah.
And I'm like, did he just create an AI for them? I found that hilarious. So I think he's gonna probably play a major role in developing her costume and stuff like that.
Her tech, yeah.
Yeah, is very good. Another thing that I really enjoyed, well, the conflict that I enjoyed. We were joking about her parents thing, but when she finally agreed, or when her parents agreed that, hey, you can go to this Avengers Con. And they come in and they're like, well, here's your Hulk outfit. And her dad comes in as Hulk.
And he fully committed.
And he was like, And then she holds out the little outfit that she made. Now, granted, that scene, I understand. Now, she was being an angsty teenager.
Yeah.
But it was so, because I've made, and again, this is why I love this show. I have made cosplays, and my mom is like, oh, I want to help. And I remember the first time she helped, I was making my Spider-Man, and it needed some, like, I need to take a Sharpie and, like, outline his webs a little bit so it pops more. And she goes, of course, and she goes, and makes one giant line, and I'm like, out. So I understand that scene when she's like, I'm not wearing that. It hit home. It hit home. So but I understand that dynamic and how they're playing it off I think is really good.
Yeah, like I said, I definitely like the Spider-Man kind of feel, like the what do you call it? Just like that early high school feel, very young, very humorous, very lighthearted.
Yeah. Like a serious undertone. Yeah,
I see that. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And then, as she started, as she put on the bangle and she got over there, like the immediate freak out of, figuring out her powers, and
I thought those special effects were awesome.
They were.
I will say the special effects they're doing in this, obviously it's a Marvel thing to have grotesque amounts of money. But it's how they present it. One of the things that I thought were amazing throughout the show, they have little animations going on in the background, right? Even the intro, while they're riding their bike, they have like what they're saying, their thoughts are like animated onto the buildings and it follows them.
Oh, yeah.
Another thing that I thought was clever was in usual TV shows when people are texting back and forth, they'll either show you the screen or it'll pop up like a text bubble on the side. Here they did
it was in the drawing.
Yeah, it was in the drawings, or it was part of like like in one of the things he was texting outside a convenience store, and like a neon sign popped up, and I thought it was like an open sign. Then I was like, oh, this is an actual text that they're getting. It was so clever they did that. And again, at the Avengers Con, when she figures out her powers, and she has this weird, throwy outy projectile thing, and it looks almost like a different dimension type thing.
Yeah.
The way they did that, I thought was awesome.
Well, and I think it's gonna be interesting because I don't know how they're going to adjust her power set because she did the whole stretchy thing, and like Kamala's known it's almost kind of like Mr. Fantastic.
It's very close. It's actually very close to Mr. Fantastic.
So when she makes her fist bigger, she's like, oh, I am big in it.
Yeah. She's very very Gen Z-ish.
So, she did the big hand stretchy thing, but it was like with the crystallization. So I'm curious to see if they're still gonna primarily make her be like a shapeshifter, or if they're gonna what all changes.
I think there's gonna be definitely a cosmic level to it.
Yeah, because I think they want. Well, they're supposed to be doing the Marvels movie. Where it's gonna be Captain Marvel and Ms. Marvel.
Probably, yeah. So I think it's definitely going to be some sort of cosmic level to it. I have a very strong feeling. I have a very strong feeling that Brie Larson's Captain Marvel is going to make an appearance at least at one point in this show. I don't know if it's going to be a season 2 or not. More than likely yes, but if there is, I think she's going to make an appearance. But yeah, because of that cosmic level, I think they're going to be like, oh, this is some sort of cosmic power, whatever. And her being a huge fan of Captain Marvel, one in the comics and in the show, I think there's going to be an appearance from Brie Larson.
All right, so final thoughts.
So far, I really enjoy it. I think the animation of it is really good. Plot is still thickening. But I do enjoy what they have so far. Definitely the dynamic between her family and her, which closer to me, and everything like that. I think it's really good.
Yeah, I definitely enjoyed the lighthearted nature of it. I enjoyed the humorous parts of it. The whole teen angst and high school thing. I mean, you got some interesting characters there. I love the whole frenemies thing she had with the popular girl, where she wasn't like a total douche to her, but she's pretty much in her own world.
Yeah. The one thing I will say that I did not that I didn't like, I think they did it too soon, is the love interest between her and Bruno.
Oh yeah.
It was gonna happen.
Yeah.
I think they should have waited that out until later, like later in the show instead of immediately popping in episode 1. But beyond that, definitely a good watch. I'm gonna continue watching.
Yeah,
hopefully,
I'm excited for the next episode
for
too.
it. So yeah.
All right, thanks guys for watching. We will catch you guys next week. Hi everybody, thanks for watching our content. As we gear up to continue having our channel grow, we're nearing our 100th subscriber. We're doing a giveaway for this great Stan Lee collectible. We're very excited about this. If you want to be eligible to win this bad boy, need you to like, subscribe, and leave a comment under the video. That way we can choose the winner as soon as we get to that 100th subscriber. We're very excited for the upcoming content. We've got lots of movies that are coming out that we're going to review. We're very, very excited. Thanks, guys, for watching. Bye.
If you like our videos, please subscribe and hit the like button.